Ah, that's gonna be our intro every time.
Hello. How's it going, everyone? Thanks for clicking on our faces. So, today we are talking about episode 6 of Loki. All right. Now, this a lot happened in this episode, guys. A lot happened. We seem to have tied up a lot of loose ends.
Literally.
Yeah, what are you guys' thoughts of the episode?
I'm pointing at you, Vic.
Is it me or I can't hear?
I can't hear him. Vic, I can't
He
hear
can't hear you. Nope.
you.
Wow.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, we can say some.
Wait.
Well,
How about now?
there you
Yep.
go. Uh-huh.
There's my guy.
Anyway, yeah, Loki's really good at tying knots and untying knots.
Literally.
Because like, yeah, it felt like, he was the guy in the soccer field untying the knots in the net. But anyway, it was interesting because it looks like they pretty much wrapped everything around back to the
Literally.
beginning, and then back to Jonathan Majors. Wait, why am I repeating myself?
There's a bit of an echo.
I think the first time because we couldn't hear you, but no, go ahead.
That's weird. But anyway,
Maybe you go into
very,
a
very
time
interesting.
continuity.
Yeah.
Possibly, because you know what I mean. Like, I feel like Loki right now. Like, you see how. So,
Oh yeah, you're trying to master what is it called? Time skipping.
I'm trying to
skipping.
Yeah, I'd like to go back about 20 years, real quick, and invest and tell myself about Bitcoin, and Ethereum and all of that. But anyway, damn, I lost my train of thought. But anyway, this was pretty interesting. It really was, because it was kind of
somebody
like
partying downstairs. Look at that. She's a party. I saw. As soon as I saw that bottle, I said, "What is that?" I know that ain't no orange juice.
It is a time for a party, and the time has come. I believe this is the final episode of the season, right?
This is the final episode.
It is.
Yeah. Right. So it's a wind down, at least for me it is. If you're watching the video, don't forget to like the video and drink your beverage of choice. We're going to talk about and give you the rundown of the whole episode. Now,
hang on, let me get my beverage.
For me,
he's going to get that green light.
Get a green light.
You're going to get the green light. It's this whole thing with time, right? I tell people a lot, like, I pretend like I know, but I have no idea what's going on, because he got he got the mods. You can't go wrong with mods, man.
That's right.
You cannot go wrong with mods. I wish I knew better, because like seeing him with that, I should have bought my Lunchables. But knowing me, they would have given me the one with ham, and I'm not much of a ham eater.
Ain't nothing better than that applesauce, you heard?
Sometimes it's give a little cinnamon on it.
That's right. That's right. They got the cinnamon versions.
Yeah.
They do.
But no, this episode we
not series, but season. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Dan said series, but it's season.
Wait, is there going to be another season?
So real quick, if I can
feel that way, but nothing.
So here's the thing. So when I was looking for a picture, I saw something when it said setting up for season 3. I didn't read anything because I wasn't done with the episode. But I also feel like how this episode left off as, where it makes you can't help but go, there is going to be another season. I know we're going to talk about it all here, but it looks like there is going to be another season. I don't think we're done with this at all.
I mean, there might not be another season, but there's certainly going to be a continuation to the story.
I don't know how we're going to even get a season 3. It seems very finite. Like, we got a solution. I guess, they can always, like, if they really wanted the money, they can definitely make it happen, right? But
like Disney needs it, right?
Yeah, I feel like it wrapped up really
literally.
Yeah, really nicely. It wrapped up. There was a conclusion. It made sense. We got to see the development of the character. But anyway, let's talk about the actual meat and bones of the episode. So pretty much, this whole episode was Loki trying to figure out how he could stop the loom from being overrun by all of these different timelines, right?
Mm-hmm.
So much so that it was almost like that old movie where the guy kept living the same day over and over again. It was a Groundhog Day.
Oh, I just thought you were talking about my life, but go ahead.
No.
Oh.
It's adulthood, that's what it's called. It's called working and trying to have a life.
Yeah, it's called just trying to make enough money so I can eat. That's all. That's really what it's called.
2023 in America. So he just started reliving this same day, purposefully trying to have a different outcome of the loom, expanding. And so much so that he spent centuries trying to learn scientific theory from Obi in order to save. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I've never been so attracted to Loki ever before in this episode. Something about that determination, something about him having to spend centuries to try to fix this, and he was so determined to spend centuries to do this in order to have the most ideal outcome. I said, now I can see it.
So it took you this episode to sit here and be like, Loki was attractive. I'll tell you right now. Avengers, the first Avengers, how he wanted to destroy New York. I immediately said, "Oh, take me away."
That was it for you, huh?
That was it for me. I immediately was like, "Take me off this planet." So it took you too long to disappear, but not me.
See, I told you I like the good guy. The good guy. He came full circle. He spent centuries of his life to learn this. And the fact that it still wasn't enough, dang man. They did it. I don't feel like there was enough heartbreak, because imagine spending centuries to learn something and it still doesn't work. The frustration. I would literally I wouldn't even blame him if he went crazy after that, because imagine, right? But
you know what vibe that I kind of got out of this, as you mentioning all this, like he kept going back in time and going back to this period and just trying to keep this find a way for this thing to work, right? It gave me the what if Doctor Strange vibe, because it was almost like it was a canon event. Every time, remember how Doctor Strange, every time he tried to find an alternative, I think even one point saying, let's just not go out, and she still died. I don't mean to laugh, but that's what I got out of it, because every time Jonathan Majors went out there and he was turned to spaghetti, I'm pretty sure Disney really was saying, we're for real. We really want to turn John Majors into spaghetti right about now. We want to get this guy. This is the write-off.
Trying to clean everything up nicely. But that makes me wonder about the whole canon event thing, because is the TVA above canon events? Is that below them, kind of like the Infinity Stones? Because it doesn't seem to be a canon event unless Loki is the ultimate canon event. Maybe, possibly.
I mean, it feels that way, especially after the whole thing when he goes out and everything but his entire costume turns back into the first Avengers movie.
Yeah, he has his god gear back on.
Where he's the god of mischief. And it runs back to the god of mischief grabbing all of these things that are supposed to be pruned, or like pruned branches. Yeah, that brings them back to life. Mm-hmm. So, like, in a sense, he's the god of mischief against he who remains. Mm-hmm. He who remains is always on some like, I mean, listen, man, I set this whole thing up. You think you're gonna beat me? Come on now. But Loki is the god of mischief, so it's kind of like he's the bad guy doing good things at the end, and just the whole thing, even from the Thor movie, just his whole archetype, and just the way that everything's been spun around, and then even at the end with that nice little smile that he has. Like, I'm very curious to see what happens next, because look, he might end up in another Thor movie or in an Avengers thing, or being one of the good guys at the event. Who knows? Like, you know what I mean? Like, now he's just way more powerful and can time skip. So I'm curious to see what that goes into it, because I feel like the first season of Loki was a setup for a lot of these other shows and a lot of these movies. especially with the multiverse and all of this other stuff, right? So now the second one is where Loki, I really think we're going to see him in other things. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him in the Marvels. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him in other stuff. Like, I really feel like this episode was just a setup for something else coming. And mind you, I thought that Jonathan Majors was going to get killed off at some point in this show, but it's not happening, bro. Like, they're going to fight.
You know what? About this Loki, right? And I do want to touch on the Jonathan Majors thing because I heard some news and I wanted to see what you guys' thoughts are. But in regards to Loki and his OP-ness now, because again, he can go anywhere in time by thought, pretty much. So I feel like this is their way to nullify that overpoweredness that he has, because that's what I'm saying. I don't know if there can be a season 3, because if he's the sole thing keeping the times, the timelines together, he can't move. He's there. He's just there, kind of like, what's that God that holds up the earth? He can't move. So it's like, I don't even understand how they could even have a season 3. And the fact that he made this huge sacrifice.
Huge sacrifice was the last thing she said.
Yeah, I think Loki just took out the Superior.
Right.
Loki.
Are you good? Are you back on the timeline?
Who knows? Who knows?
Back in the different timeline.
Time skipping. Yep. I'm all powerful.
I know, you just time skip. How was the 1940s?
Wonderful. I'm glad I'm out of there. But now, so the fact that he can't move makes it seem like it would be impossible for there to be a season 3. And it's just really interesting that he made this sacrifice, not only to save everyone in their respective timelines, but to save Sylvie, because he could have just cooked her off and been done with it, right? But he decided to sacrifice himself, not knowing if he would even survive, not turn into spaghetti, and now he's just there for all of eternity.
I think what this episode really was like the growth of Loki, because when I was watching this episode, like how you guys were mentioning, you're talking about Thor, Avengers 1, he was always about himself. And then even in the later Thor movies, he kind of was building a relationship with his brother, but that was a different timeline, obviously. I mean, no, not different timeline. I'm sorry, this Loki is from a different timeline, this particular Loki, right? So to see him and how you was mentioning how he did all the sacrifice and these branches and that king fight, which was, well, not king fight, he was fighting Sylvie from what was that, season 1. I thought it was hilarious, actually. I mean, he kept trying to stop her, and I guess she kept just killing. I feel like I know I keep making these Jonathan Major jokes, but I just really can't help believe that Disney really was just sitting there saying, yeah, see, there was one spot where she tried to stab him. He said, whoop. And Disney was like, yeah, you could do that, but you see how many times she was killing you. But like how you mentioned, he could have killed her. He could have stopped. He even went back in time twice, where he went episode 1 of Loki, and he's talking to Mobius, and Mobius breaks down. I forgot how he worded, but he broke down the thing. He says, not easy, but you make a choice. And he even shakes his hand. This was not the Loki we knew years prior. And even going back to that episode, I think it was episode 4, and everyone's being turned into spaghettis without the meatballs. And he talks to Sylvie, and when he breaks down and says, he doesn't say them words, but she can tell, like, oh, so you have to kill me? And I love when she just goes like, I'm not giving you my blood. Which I don't blame her, because I would be like, oh, you got to kill me? Well, I'm not gonna say that's cool. That's that. Right. But I
that's lit right now. Let's kill me.
But the fact that Loki is even considering, I just think that just shows the growth of his character.
Definitely. As far as Kang is concerned, and Jonathan Majors, there was this one bit of news that I think it was Vanity Fair, whoever it was that brought it up, was that apparently Disney was toying with the idea of axing out Kang and replacing him with another villain. The villain's name is escaping me at this moment. Which is sad.
Is it Dr. Doom?
Dr. Doom, yes. So
Mm.
they were toying with that idea. What do you guys think about that? Would you be here for them, getting rid of Kang and kind of focus more on Dr. Doom?
Nah, not really. I'm kind of happy that because the thing is that the reality of the situation with him is still going back and forth. A lot of it, a lot of people are reacting to the initial news report of Jonathan Majors. So, like,
Mm-hmm.
when things like that happen, a lot of big companies they just want to run away from the situation, right? So the guy's doing a really good job at defending himself.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a feeling there's definitely going to be a future with him. And the truth is, the guy's a really good actor,
Mm-hmm.
regardless of personal feelings about it. So I think that it's going to be good. And mind you, and he played that role really well. He also played the Victor role really well.
Mm-hmm.
Are you biased because of the name Victor?
A little bit, of course, a little bit. You know what I mean? A little bit of that. You know what I mean? But I think that even with the stuttering and everything, and like
Yeah,
just the
no, I
way
agree.
that he just did. The guy showed a lot of range in this show. And regardless of anything, he deserves his flowers. Now, the other thing I was curious about, and I don't remember this. You guys might know this. What stone was in the Tesseract? I'm
It
curious
was
to
the
see if
blue
it was.
one. I forgot which one that was. I think it was the blue
All
one.
right, all right. So
I
that was.
forget what that one is called.
Which that is
I don't know. I was wondering if that was the time stone because I don't think
okay.
it
It's
is.
not the
But
Soul Stone. It's not the Time Stone. I don't think because this Doctor Strange has the
I
Time
think it
Stone.
was like it begin with an
Not the
R.
Power
It's the
Stone.
Space Stone.
Space
That's
Stone.
what that's
okay,
All right,
that's what
and
maybe.
Dan's
No,
saying.
because now I'm wondering if that tesseract might connect.
Tesseract. That's what it was called. I was
You know
trying to
what I
think of
mean?
the
Like
name.
because at first it was the tesseract and then it was the stone, but I was wondering if it might be connected to where Loki is now.
No, because those stones don't have any effect there. You gotta remember in episode 1, when Loki he had the Tesseract and he said, "Look, I have this," and they're like, "Oh, we use that for paper clips. I mean, or paper
Oh
holders or
yeah,
something like that."
yeah,
So it,
paper.
it has no power. That's the whole thing about this whole
Mhm.
this time or this thing where it's just all these things that was powerful. I'm sorry, powerful in our timeline,
Mhm.
sure, but the TVA, they're like,
Yeah,
So,
that's true.
which
I forgot
begs the
about that.
question: what is the point of Doctor Strange and the whole freaking time?
well, yeah, I remember that this. I'm sorry, I don't know how to describe the TVA, right? But it's not. It's like almost two different worlds or timelines. I don't know how to describe. I don't even think it's timeline, but it's not the same.
It's like what the police versus the FBI. Like,
Yeah, well, yeah, the police. They definitely look like the police. The way they just sit at their desk and
no,
you
I
know,
feel like if anything, the TVA is the FBI, and the freaking Doctor Strange and his crew who are messing with the time stone, they're the freaking the cops. They're like your local sheriff's office or something. Because
That
what
makes sense.
in the grand scheme of things, they aren't really, they haven't been doing much in this show, right? And this is all
I
about
mean,
the timelines.
listen, if the cops could show up to your house on some, I see, I can't do it because I got the things, but like
I
circling
know
and shit,
you're just time
and then
skipping.
all of a sudden, like knocking on your door, I'll be scared as hell. I wouldn't even jaywalk.
But to bring it back to Doctor Doom, what do you feel about it, Jack? Do you feel like they should focus on Doctor Doom?
I'm for some Doctor Doom. I really I like Doctor Doom as a villain. Is something really interesting about Doctor Doom. I feel like, and not to say that they're too deep in, but we're already into the King dynasty. I wouldn't bring him in now. I can understand that they would want to remove Jonathan Majors from everything happened. Look, I don't know all the information. I don't know every little thing, but I can understand why they would want to get away from that. I could totally understand that. And I think just getting rid of the King dynasty and just to bring in Doom, because I would feel like it's rushed as well. I think Doom deserve. If you're bringing him in, he deserved to. You throw out the red carpet. You don't sit here and just say, "Oh, by the way, your party's here," and then you push him on stage. I just don't think that's the way to do Doctor Doom because it's Doctor Doom. But I think people are saying Doctor Doom because once again, I'm gonna make another Jonathan Major joke. There's a way to say your time here in Marvel is doomed. I think that's what it is. I read right through that. That's my dad joke of the stream. 5 points for me.
Well, thank God it has come and passed. Now,
No, I got one more in me.
And I think he should come in with the Fantastic Four.
I'm
that's fair
not
too.
here for it. I don't want it.
No?
I don't want it.
Well, you don't want Doom at all, or
I don't want it because I feel like it'll just be shoehorned in for one.
right?
I also feel like even though Dr. Doom is a great villain, the last time we saw him on screen, wasn't that in that horrible freaking Fantastic Four movie with
Honestly, all the Fantastic Four movies they just brought Doom. That's their go-to. Like
right.
Fantastic Four, Dr. Doom.
Wait a minute. Wasn't Jamie Foxx Doctor Doom?
No, he was Electro. Yeah,
our boo Moon Daddy was Dr. Doom. What's his name? Oscar Isaac.
Was he?
I think he was, right?
Which one? In the last one?
I swear to God.
You gotta look that up.
Yeah, I gotta look this up because why is he playing every? This guy plays everything.
Where is
Dan?
With the animator? He's our resident fact checker.
The fact.
Yeah, where is this guy? How dare he takes a night off?
on the final episode.
Yeah, nerve of this guy.
Real.
We're gonna have to yell at him the next time we see him. I gotta Google this myself now.
It was Moon Daddy playing Dr. Doom in that.
No, he played an X-Men. He played Apocalypse.
Maybe was it okay? I know
he played Apocalypse. That's why I was sitting there waiting. What?
Apocalypse. Man, that was not man.
No, he played Apocalypse. He did.
Apocalypse was
I know for sure he played Apocalypse, but let's just double check if he played.
I'm googling this right now.
Yeah.
Dr. Doom. Fantastic Four movie.
We got Julian McMahon and wait, what? Who's this?
Cass. Let's find out.
Who's Joseph Klopp?
Heroes Were Born, Iron Man 2. What the hell? Oh, he's talking about all them comics. Oh man, he's in a lot of shit. Doom 2099.
Yeah, I did beat you to that. Damn it, Dan. You gotta be quicker than that.
Yo,
no, Isaac, he's not in any of this.
That's
I see
a lot.
Joseph Klopp.
What year did this thing come out? 2015
or 16. It was it's 15 or 16.
That is crazy.
Neil Ross. I know it's not Neil Ross because Neil Ross looked pretty like 80 freaking years old. Neil Ross looked like an old rock.
Because right now it's giving me what's her name?
See, look, damn it, Dan. He has all his credentials. It's Apocalypse, Moon Knight, and Spider-Man 2099.
Okay, maybe I was wrong. I could have swore it was Oscar.
It's all right. It's all right. See, it's okay.
Dan coming through with all the stats.
I don't know what that feels like, but it's okay.
Okay.
But he's on fire tonight.
Either way, I don't know if I'm not here for Dr. Doom just to be after we had all this Kang build up, bruh. And I don't want Kang's entrance and exit into the movies of it all to be freaking Ant-Man where he got taken out by ants.
And then also that he's in Loki, a Disney show, and the last thing we see is him with this big mustache, and he goes, "Do you want water?"
Yeah,
I do gotta say I really like Victor Time. He's honestly my favorite variant of all of them. I like Victor Time.
I like what's his name? He Who Remains, because something about that swag. He's like, all right, look, what we about to do? You gonna kill me? He's an
arrogant jerk, but he is hilarious. There was something he said where he said, "Ooh, we're gonna call the cops," woo, 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 or something like that. It was something that he said. It was so arrogant, and it was like, "Yo, I would really not like you in real life." Like, so it's cool.
Hey, Charmaine, thanks for watching.
Oh, so apparently Vic it's hard to keep up with Vic because he's time skipping, but apparently I'm invisible. So, it's nice to know that Chris. No, because you know what she does. She'll take a picture of me, put it on Facebook for clout. Not cool, Charmaine.
Thank you for watching. We appreciate you watching and sharing the videos and
speak for yourself
with us. But you know what? Another thing I noticed too in this episode, when Loki came out in full God gear, right, and destroyed the Loom, he looked almost just like dude who was playing the older Loki in season 1. Don't they look just alike?
It's the getup. Okay.
Yes.
That getup was wild. Like, it brought me back to the first time we even saw Loki. That's why I was wondering if there was a connection to those things. It's to either the Tesseract or the past or any of those things. I just brought back that was crushed. So I'm curious to see, because that might be the end game for Loki, because he got to sit on that throne with all those wires around him,
I
Or
still have so many questions, though. I still have so
yeah,
many questions
I mean, but
because
that's probably the point.
yeah,
That's
it's about magic versus science, and the
hmm
whole thing with Thor, even from the first movie, was okay. Is this magic, or is this some evolved form of science? Are these gods, or are these, what are the Asgardians, right? What is their power source? And it kind of leaned towards it's not magic; it's just advanced science, right? That's what kind of how they
Mhm.
made it seem. It was some line that Thor said to Jane Austen. I want to say it was movie one, and Thor one, which made it seem like it was just an advanced form of science that these Asgardians have. But Loki, in my opinion, clearly has some magic here. There's magic that he has, and that isn't even covered in the TVA's vast knowledge of science.
mm.
So I wonder now, is he more powerful than Thor? And who knows of this sacrifice beyond the TVA? Does his family, does Thor know? Does who
No, no, no,
knows?
no, no, no. Well, you got to remember too. Once
Yeah,
again, to bring out
those clues.
those questions that you asked. This, so I don't know what this timeline looks like, right? I know that Thor wouldn't know where Loki is at. He just know that he's gone. He don't know where he's at. And you asked the question if Loki is more powerful than Thor. I think right now, I would say yes. I think so. I mean, the time
Mm,
skipping, this stuff. I mean, even the ability for him to grab all these different timelines and he's holding them together. I think that takes some serious power. I don't
mhm.
think I'm pretty sure they could write Thor to do that. I haven't seen him do that, and seeing Loki be able to do that, and I'm just going by what I saw. I can't help but go like, yeah, Loki, I think got him beat here.
Man, I just feel so bad for. I don't know why. I just feel so bad for him. There's actually this really interesting theory on TikTok that I saw about Loki being the Christian god. I'll send it to you guys later after the chat. It's and it kind of like, okay, yeah, he's out here doing things behind the scenes, and I don't know. Either way, this was a great episode. I feel like honestly, this is Disney Plus's strongest season of any one. And y'all know I'm a big fan of Hawkeye, right?
Yeah.
But overall, I feel like the growth of the character, the overall storyline, how they tied up everything was so well done that this is really pushing it to top one of the top Disney Plus shows for me. Maybe tied for second place. And I don't know. Something about that Hawkeye just
I
got
mean,
me
you know
by
what?
the
You love that
I'll
Hawkeye.
give you that when it comes to the growth of the character because you
uh-huh.
certainly see by the end, you certainly see
Hmm.
Loki as a really good guy.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I mean, I don't know if this is, I don't know if this is a reach, but close to like Iron Man levels with the level of sacrifice that he's making.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, like, and that's a big leap from where he was in Avengers 1. So there's a lot of growth, there's a lot of change, and you're happy for him in a sense. You know what I mean? Like you're happy for him because he accepts that growth, he accepts what he is and everything that's going on and what he's doing, and he's happy about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's just happy to not, because when you first saw him, he was the god of mischief, and he was all like, "Oh, I'm gonna get my brother and my father because I'm oldest son, and I'm supposed to be da 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 this and that, and I'm gonna get the throne, and I'm cooler than you because you suck." And now he's like a monk, like, come on,
Yeah.
everybody
He's like
relax,
a, that's what
like
it is.
like come on, let's take it easy, like
Mm-hmm.
a
A
But
lot
lot
of
of
growth
great.
for this
people
character.
lie. Yeah,
A lot of,
it's interesting.
a lot of growth for his character, and
Mhm.
it's hard to say like did I didn't necessarily hate the season. I thought it was fun. There was a lot of things I just did not understand when it comes to the whole time thing.
Yeah.
I think
It
there's
it,
gonna
it,
be
it,
more though. I think there's gonna be more. Like, look at something that Dan just said, right? And that makes a lot of sense. He said
sure.
it makes you wonder if they'll at least have Thor and Loki reunite one last time, and that makes a lot of sense. I'd love to see it with both of their with how much those characters have grown over
Yeah.
the years. Thor and Loki, like how much change they've gone through, the ups and downs. Seeing them again together, it would be interesting. Because Odin is gone completely
Yeah.
done. No?
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
seeing
Well,
them
is he?
together,
Because Loki can time jump now. He can go back
facts.
to a time
That's
when.
true.
So I think
I
that
would be scared for someone like that to be having. Oh, I'm glad that Loki's become a good guy because can you imagine someone with that kind of power, time skipping and going back to a time that we don't want to go back to, and like, yeah, let's
Mhm.
legalize this. So yeah, I have my fears, but
I think that this season was very dialogue. And I can't even say dialogue because there was a lot of things that had a lot of action, but it was very scientific. It's like it's the science man's science fiction, right?
Facts.
And honestly, I feel like if you go back and rewatch it, I will probably. I feel like I would go back and rewatch it because there's a lot of things that we would maybe catch that we didn't catch the first time because we
sure.
have this extra knowledge.
Like a Star
But
Wars
I
movie.
honestly feel like this season is better than the first season, in my opinion. What do you guys
Okay.
think?
Mm.
I can't pick between the seasons. I think I just need time to really sit here and think about it. But it wasn't bad. And I also want to just commend. I think they had a fantastic cast as well.
Mhm.
In this, and well, not just in this. Well, yeah, in this series. I mean, because I don't remember Obi being in the first one. I just don't remember. But I just thought that no, okay. But I thought they had a really good cast and. I did want to touch on what Dan said. He was mentioning it earlier. Do we think we get Thor and Loki one more time? I do, especially when we had an ending of this episode where you have Mobius and he gets to see what his life was before the TVA. So
Mm.
I do think somehow, some way, I don't know how we get there, but I do think so. Hey, maybe Miss Minute
Hey,
is
Simon.
a variant of Ultra. Well,
For me,
I
I don't think
yeah, I was gonna
so.
say no, but thank you for putting that
The thing
chat
with
in.
Miss Minutes is that like I really like how what they did with her because that's something that people are fearful of now. Like all this stuff
Mhm.
and talk about AI and all this other stuff. Like people are fearful of AI
Ooh.
becoming like Miss Minutes became right now, where you just all of a sudden you have this computer that's just going rogue.
Mhm.
I thought that whole thing was just very interesting because I thought she was very cute in the
Yeah, she was
first season.
adorable.
She's like, like you want to have a Miss Minutes in your house. Like I wanted to have a Miss
Like,
Minutes
huh?
clock. You know what I mean?
They should make Miss Minutes clocks. They
They
would
should.
get a killing off of that. They
They're
should
probably
definitely
gonna
Yeah.
make
do
Miss
that.
Minutes.
That's bank easy.
Facts. Like
That's
Miss
easy.
Minutes
That's
clock
easy
that
money.
says a couple of things. You know what I mean? Like that, and I just
I
thought
would
it
be
was
scared to
super
have it
cute.
though.
Yeah,
But
she
then,
seems a
like
little
when Miss
creepy.
Minutes went
She is
rogue,
creepy.
like yeah, it's like I don't know if you're. Dang, it was that epic. I don't know if you ever seen that episode of the Boondocks where Siri went crazy with granddad. I gotta,
I
finish
vaguely remember.
it. All right, I gotta send it to
Vaguely.
you. But
I
no, it's basically just AI going rogue and falling in love and going crazy. Like, I'm
see.
just
That's why I wouldn't want that in my house. Could you imagine? Oh, Miss Minutes. Yeah, you may be like 10 minutes late in the house. What took you
Mhm,
so long?
Where were
MTA took too
you?
long. Don't
mhm.
lie to me, and then it has a bat or something like that. No, I wouldn't want a Miss Minute clock in my house, especially when she was very aggressive to Victor Timely, because Victor Timely didn't give her the time of day. Ha
Facts.
ha!
Oh
That's
Lord,
my
here we
second
go.
dad joke of this.
Right. No,
But
I mean, can you imagine a computer falling in love with you? Wow.
I can only wish.
but thanks for joining us, Solomon. Hold on, we got one more
Yes, thank you.
comment
Oh, he's here
here.
again. Let's see what he got.
Okay, and maybe Loki controlling time without the Tim pad. That's ultimate making him powerful than anyone
I
else.
thought that
Yeah,
could be
that's what we're
true.
saying. He's definitely very OP for
Mhm,
sure.
Oh yeah.
mhm.
But yeah, I definitely enjoyed this season, specifically this
Mhm.
episode and the episode when they were back in like the early 1900s. But if I can recall, if okay, so say if they did do a season 3, I don't feel like it's needed, but if they
Sure.
did do it, I would be here for it if the writing continues to elevate. Because again, like I said, I feel like season 2 is better than season 1. At the time when season 1 came out, I remember thinking that they don't need a season 2 because they didn't have. I think this is the first Disney Plus series that actually has a season 2. Yes, so far, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
So I was like, okay,
Think
what was the
so.
point of having a season 2? But
Mhm.
this season actually made not well. I can't even say it made sense, but it because it didn't a lot of the season for me. I was struggling to keep up, but
Oh, that's me too.
it was definitely I could see it definitely added value to the overall story of Loki. So if they did want to do a third season, I would just say that I hope it adds value to the overall Loki story and not just be like a cash grab. That's all I can say if they do a third season.
No, absolutely.
I wouldn't be surprised if they do like a spin-off show about the TVA itself.
Oh, but our boy Mobius, he's retired now. He's not even going to be in it.
No, I mean, but they'll just. I think they'll probably mess around and make a younger Mobius.
But will it be the same without Owen Wilson?
You never know. No, I mean, I'm just throwing stuff out there, but but the thing is just that like that whole thing with the book and the TVA and this and that and all of the supporting characters, they certainly have content there where they can do it. You know what I mean? Kind of like that show. Wait, what was that show? Shield, like that Shield show. You know what I mean?
I just remember what you said to see at the bottom.
Morbius will be in Deadpool 3? Really? That's interesting.
Oh, I didn't already need another reason to go see Deadpool. I will be there.
Listen, Ryan Reynolds and this guy, wow.
Hugh Jackman.
That team is going to be hilarious.
Mobius is going to be great in this because, I know you're a big Owen Wilson fan, Superior. I know you're a big fan. But one of the things I love about Owen Wilson when he acts is just he's not acting. So like there's a scene. There's a scene where he says, and she says, Sylvie says, you could change the guard. No, it's fine right there. A little sun. No one will notice. I'm like, what the hell is he talking about? And it's like I don't even feel like he's an acting. It's just really like how he goes. Like I feel like he's really just that's how he is in real life, which is cool.
I love it.
But I did want to touch on something Dan said. I don't know if you guys saw this, but he was talking about theory. What if Loki reboots the MCU and Secret Wars? And I think that's interesting. He brings that up because there's been this talk about bringing back the original 6 Avengers. So what do you think about that as a way of? I don't think they need to reboot him. I don't. I love Robbie Downey Jr. as Tony Stark, but you killed him.
Yeah,
fine. You killed him. It is what it is. Y'all killed him. Y'all killed him when y'all had him in Spider-Man Homecoming, and you realize how much money he made for just being in that movie for 6 minutes. They said we killing him.
I think they should just let him go. I think they should let Tony Stark go and focus on Pepper and Morgan. I think they.
Well, he's dead. I don't think he can really focus on that. I think
no. I mean, like, because his daughter Morgan, like, she's apparently is going to be an Iron Man. You know what I mean? And I think they should start pushing that narrative, or freaking mess around and have Spider-Man take over, because Spider-Man is smart enough.
We have
Spider-Man's got the glasses. Spider-Man could, you know what I mean?
We already got it. We got already an Iron, and that's Ironheart, and she's going to be getting her own Disney Plus show eventually.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, okay.
Perfect.
That's what I'm saying. That match is kind of taken. Yeah, remember, there was the Iron Man, the Iron Woman with the cornrows.
Yeah. My thing is, I would not possibly be here for a cameo. Like, if you want to come back for a cameo, okay, but let's not bring back the whole freaking Avengers as if. Like, I don't need a whole movie about the original Avengers. That time has passed. We need to focus on what they've been trying to build. Yeah, the now. Right. And yeah, like I said, cameo would be nice. I wouldn't turn my cheek from it. I would be very much, I would pop for it, like you guys like to say in the wrestling.
Good job, Cedar Superior, a wrestling reference. Good stuff. That's good. She said, I did that.
But no, I don't feel like they need to bring back all of the original Avengers to have an original Avengers movie. But one more comment before we end the show from our friend here, Solomon. Also, I don't think Loki is now more powerful because he has so much knowledge from centuries before, more than Obi and Timely. What is this that he said?
Loki is a scientist now also. Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's definitely a scientist now. We got another comment from Facebook here.
Wow, we get some comments.
Ironheart actress sucks. She was trying too hard to be cool and funny. Like, she's a new actress. So everyone, I believe this may have been her first appearance in Wakanda Forever. So I'll allow her that grace. We can only just see how she blossoms as an actress. And hopefully, when they do come, when the series does come, she would, have a better understanding of the character, more deeper understanding, and also a little bit more experience in the acting realm. So there's that, and she's very young too, also.
Yeah,
but
I think also to still be open to it. She, like I mentioned earlier, she's gonna have her own Disney Plus show, Ironheart. I think we'll get a chance to know more about her. She'll, like how you mentioned, she'll get more familiar with the character. Give her time. Give her time. Listen, if I can sit here and say real quick before we end the show, if I can give Turner a chance on Gotham Knights, you can give Riri Williams a shot, because I gave Turner 10 episodes. So you can be patient with it too.
Check out those episodes in the archive, Gotham, if you want to relive that with us. We also talked about that once upon a time. Join us tomorrow night, because we will be talking about Invincible, the next episode of season 2. So watch it tonight or tomorrow night, and join us live tomorrow night.
Right? Yeah.
We're going to discuss it with you. We're going to unpack it with you, and we're going to talk about our thoughts and share some of yours as well. So join us then, and we will see you later. Goodbye.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you.